Hello there. I'm History of the Flash, but you can call me JD.
And ahoy and combo Hunter, also known as just Hunter.
And this is a hero story, episode 201. Welcome.
Ahoy.
A Hero Story is the podcast where we talk all things comics. That includes comic books themselves, comic book movies, comic book animation, and comic book video games. We got a trailer this week for the possibly the greatest Black Adam movie of all time, Black Adam.
It
Uh,
could be.
Maybe on Morbius level. I have not watched it yet. Hunter just watched it, but I have it queued up on my phone, so you will get to see a bit of my live reaction here as Hunter kind of talks about the trailer.
Yeah, it just came out.
I'm expecting nothing. I'm expecting absolutely nothing.
Here, I'll cue it up on my phone too, just so I can know what you're reacting to. Maybe if
It's
you're not rock climbing, showering, or driving, cue it up on your phone too. We'll
watch
watch it
Black Adam
together.
along with us, so the hierarchy of this podcast can finally change.
And 200 episodes of this, and this is what we ended up.
This is what it's come to.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready when
Next,
you
we'll be
are.
interviewing The Rock. Ready?
Yep.
Three, two, one, play.
So I've already seen this, but
Okay.
My son sacrificed his life to save me.
oh, I hope we don't get
So-
copyright strike.
Yeah, I'll turn down my volume.
That'll be bad because there's music in this. I'm watching this on mute right now, but here I'll put on subtitles.
Oh, that's some lightning effect.
I guess for people who
I still can't genuinely understand like The Rock like as Black Adam. Like he's not even Egyptian. Like there's no accent.
he spoke in a different language.
I mean, yeah,
That's
but like
nice.
why does he just speak as The Rock after that?
Yeah, is that the X-Men mansion? That's what I'm wondering. Like the society
kinda
seemed to be in a mansion that looks very similar to the one in British Columbia where they filmed the X-Men movies.
Black Adam punched the side of that jet. If this was like 2016 DC, we'd be theorizing that. Oh my God, it was Hal Jordan.
Oh my god!
Doctor Fate is the only thing that's gonna like save this movie.
This is save. I think he's gonna be the best part of this movie. I don't know about save.
Easily.
Hawkman looks pretty cool.
Hawkman might be kind of cool too. Yeah, Hawkman's got some cool rings, but
I just realized he has the mask that just appears on him that they do in superhero movies nowadays. I don't like that. I wish it was just a helmet
yeah.
that he wore.
Oh my God, Green Lantern and Green. Oh no, it's not.
It's Cyclone. This looks like the first trailer.
Looks exactly like the first trailer.
Like this movie's gonna be Black Adam versus the JSA on that like street for the whole movie. This October.
Damn, October 21st. That's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's real soon.
Wow.
It's the next comic book movie coming out.
Wow, that's sad.
You know, it was going to be Spider-Verse.
Wow, that's even more sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that Atom Smasher did not look real at all. It just looked like a giant toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Fate, so cool.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going for
like
Dr.
four
Fate.
Dr. Fates around Black Adam. That's cool.
Yeah. He's gonna be the best part. There's the villain, which you see briefly.
Who's the villain in this movie?
So the villain is it's a Shazam villain. It's like Shazam's opposite, gaining Shazam gets the powers of the gods, he gets the powers from the devil. That's his whole thing. I can't remember his name. I'll have to double check that. And
this is gonna be like the most mid comic book movie of all time. I mean, it's literally just gonna be like a average Rock movie, like where he's hanging from a building and like doing like action stuff and like flexing the muscles.
That's the thing. I think the action will be really good, but I think that's all that's going to be good in this movie is the action, because it's Black Adam fighting things. That sounds nice, but when he's not fighting things, what's gonna happen?
Also, how does this fit into the DCU? Like in Justice League, right? They need to form a team because there's never been a team, but the Justice Society exists.
Yeah, why? Because the whole thing is like they're sending the Justice Society to stop Black Adam. Why not send the League?
Very strange.
Yeah, I guess maybe because Amanda Waller's involved, but I don't know. Okay, the villain is Sabak. So a villain who's like Shazam, except instead of being granted the power of gods, he's granted power of demons.
So glad that we have Sabak in the Black Adam movie and not Shazam.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
So The Rock, they did the first test, or not the first, I guess, the first test screening of the full movie happened this week. And The Rock posted on his Instagram that he was in the crowd watching, waiting for their reactions of their silence. And when he went out, he's just like, I have one question for all of you. How about that ending? What do you think? And everyone was like, oh, so you're hyping up the ending of the movie. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Those credits rolled.
Yeah.
Oh!
It's over. I don't know. Do you think we'll see Superman?
Every time I say that, like, we're gonna see Henry Cavill or we're gonna see Superman, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So I feel like I should just stop saying it. But like, goddamn, I just want more Henry Cavill. But I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. We don't see him.
Do you think we'll see Superman?
No.
Okay. I think we will. But I think he'll be the same as Shazam where you don't see the face.
Ah, that's even worse.
I think he'll like be in the shadows or something.
That's
and
even
you'll
worse
just see,
because that's like
the
a
S.
blue ball of like, oh,
It is
like,
worse.
Oh, we know whose face is up there, but we can't all agree on it.
Yeah.
Why?
I think that is worse. Just don't show him at that point. But I think it's what's going to happen.
That's terrible.
I don't know. The Rock, he's retweeted way too many people being like, imagine if Black Adam fought Superman.
Weren't you one of those people that tweeted that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was one of those. I was just quoting. I was reading.
That was actually your tweet that The Rock just retweeted.
He did, which
Imagine
is insane.
Superman.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just seems like The Rock's his whole thing is he's just standing around getting shot at and being like, oh, bulletproof. And then look like the X-Men match.
I like how that's like your like whole thing here. Like, oh my god, the X-Men mansion. Now like
well, I watched this when it first dropped with my girlfriend, and at the end she's like, was that the first trailer? And looking at it, it's like the only things that are like new here is like the X-Men mansion. And I guess you see Sub Box back.
Wow, what groundbreaking trailer.
Yeah. I think it is a better put together trailer than the first one. It's just it doesn't give us any more information than the first one did.
I'm pretty sure we've got the information of this movie. Like, I think we can kind of nail down the plot from here.
You can't deny that is a Black Adam movie right there. Just without Shazam.
It will be the best Black Adam movie of all time.
I'm curious we'll even see the Wizard. Will it grant some his powers?
That would be interesting.
I feel like we won't though.
I mean, why though?
Just because it seems so disconnected
from Shazam that much that we can't even have the Wizard.
Yeah, I feel like we're not gonna. I feel like he's
like the Wizard's kind of a big part of things. We got to find out why he's pissed at Black Adam. Yeah,
I don't know. You see Dwayne Johnson's Instagram of him like knocking at himself.
Yes,
it's so hard to watch. He's so hyped for this movie.
I think you're also like, I think you're like a closet Black Adam fan here, where like you actually love all of The Rock's posts on Instagram. Like you send them to us. Like
I think they're hilarious.
Did you see The Rock was promoting his movie? I actually just watched your YouTube video, by the way.
Yeah, it's so weird, the marketing.
I was about to wash some dishes, and I'm like, I like to wash some dishes like a YouTube video. So I'm like, all right, you know what?
Put mine on.
Let's watch Hunter's video.
Nice. Yeah,
just you like.
Going
The
crazy.
Rock is like an energy drink.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed, and I did a little bit of research, regrettably, after uploading it. And I guess because Warner Brothers doesn't have a lot of money, that's why they delayed Aquaman and Shazam. Apparently, they don't have a lot of marketing money. So this movie's relying on The Rock's Instagram.
Yikes.
Yeah, because they can't really market. Because usually movies have usually 3 trailers, sometimes 4. This is their second trailer. The other ones have just been first like special looks, but it's been the same scenes because that's the only scenes that they have in the editing room.
Right.
So yeah, they had to like really like get some money for this trailer to release. And it's like, oh god, they really are just relying on Dwayne Johnson's Instagram.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah, like he is the only one carrying this movie, and I think it will make a lot of money. Because superhero movies make money, The Rock makes money. I don't think it'll get $1 billion, but I think it will make money.
Oh god, The Rock! If Black Adam makes $1 billion, I'm gonna be very upset.
That'd be so weird. I mean, I guarantee that, like he's gonna be playing Black Adam for like 10 years.
I mean, technically, he already has.
And I will say within the next, I'll say 7 years, he'll have like triple the appearances as Henry Cavill Superman.
Oh, that just makes me so sad.
It makes me sad too, but it's just because like he will be in like every movie he has a chance to be in.
It's gonna
It's
be
Black Adam.
Black Adam leading the Justice League for the Justice League movie. It's gonna be like Black Adam, like Ezra Miller's Flash, and like Shazam on the That's your Justice League right there.
Yeah. It's so strange, but yeah, I like Black Adam as a character.
Do
Like,
you know?
outside of Dwayne Johnson, like I legitimately think he's good. He's a good character. I was first introduced to Black Adam during like Shazam's New 52 like mini with Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, and he's awesome in that. He's like legitimately really good. He's in Forever Evil. He's good in that. And yeah, that's about it really. Those two
like him in the
appearances.
Sinestro series, right? Like that's
Yeah, exactly. Okay, there's another one. Yeah, because he plays a big role in that, and like Sinestro gives him the yellow ring. You know, the appearances that he has in the comics post this movie coming out, or I guess pre this movie coming out, have been really good. Now it seems a little forced, but beforehand, like he appeared every few years, but every time it was for a reason, and it actually helped the story, and he was good in it. But now it's just like, I don't know. Now you go on Instagram and everyone's talking about Black Adam, and Dwayne Johnson's posting like knocking on the door for Black Adam. He's knocking on a wall. That's not a door. What are you doing?
That's your problem with the
Yeah, I don't know. We're seeing it
I
day
like the
one
people
though.
posting on Instagram like, yo, that trailer was crazy. Was it though?
Yeah, it's a little
It
dull.
seemed kind of mundane to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping there'd be like a tease of something at the end. I don't know what, just something besides this is a
The
Black
coolest
Adam
part
movie.
to me was just Dr. Fate's like surrounding surrounding Black
Yeah,
Adam.
like
It's one
5
of
of
his
them
like
pinning him
yeah,
down.
4 or 5 Dr. Fates. Other than that, I'm kind of just like, all right, this is a movie.
Yeah, I'm going to see Dr. Fate. I'm going to see Hawkman. And, I
I'm
mean,
hoping
I'm
I'm hoping
curious,
Dr.
but
Fate kind of has like a Doctor Strange type role in Infinity War where he kind of just like steals the show, and I'm just like, wow, that guy was awesome.
yeah, I feel like he will steal it. I feel like every scene that Dr. Fate was in, that's gonna be like the one that everyone's watching.
Except he'll only have like 6 minutes of screen time because we need to see Black Adam crushing an energy
It's
drink
just
over his head. Imagine that scene where like Black Adam like comes to modern day like civilization and he's like, I was a slave and then I got these powers. And then he sees a Zoa and he just like crushes like
Do you
as
think we'll
fast as he
see
can and
Zoa?
crushes it on his head.
Okay, this is a big question. This is like when I asked you if the Joker movie is coming out. Will we see a Zoa can in this movie?
Oh, I hope so.
Like, do you
How they do that in
legitimately think?
movies like like not so subtle advertising where like the logo's facing the camera. Like I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if there's like something in the background like a Zoa can
the
in the
Amazing
background.
Spider-Man movies had every single TV had like the Sony logo underneath, and every laptop, the
They'll
phones.
accidentally do it like Game of Thrones though, so it'll be like the throwback scene when he's a slave, and you'll just see like a Zoa can in like ancient Egypt. You're just like, what the hell?
Do you legitimately think there will be a Zocan somewhere in this movie?
Oh, I hope so.
But do you think? I mean, I know you
I
hope,
mean,
but
yeah, it's free advertisement
for the
for The
okay,
Rock.
maybe we'll see Terramana
You
as
literally
well.
said in your YouTube video that like he's a walking advertisement.
He is. He is.
So
He
like,
markets himself every day.
would he not put his Zoa can in the background?
Yeah, I feel like that's just like breaking the fourth wall in a way. I mean, I guess so.
Black Adam's gonna be watching an episode of Young Rock.
He watches the episode where you see Young Rock reading Black Adam comics as a kid.
Oh god.
Instead of
Now it's just
Superman
breaking
comics.
like the space-time continuum.
He watches like WWE days where The Rock was the wrestler.
He's got like the full eyebrow up and
He
everything.
meets The Rock. But yeah, that's essentially the news of the week. Oh, I thought of more news. DC Fandom was canceled.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's not happening.
Why?
Because they had nothing to show.
Lovely. Lovely.
I guess
mean,
they had literally nothing to show. I mean, they could have shown, I guess, a Aquaman trailer and a Flash trailer, but Warner Brothers doesn't have the money.
lovely.
So
That
awesome.
just shows you the state of the company.
Yeah,
I mean,
kinda
I'm
going
glad
on.
there is no DC fandom, so I'm not gonna watch any of it. You should be glad because you watched like every second of DC fandom.
I
Like,
watch
for
every
the last
second
2
of the
years.
2 ones, yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't
so,
mind them. They're kind of like a little event. I had fun.
uh,
Or food. I get like a pizza.
yeah, remember when they had those like weird like claymation bits? I think it was in
Yeah.
the first one.
Be
That was
like
strange.
claymation, like Harley Quinn. I'm like, what am I
Yeah,
watching?
that was strange.
The first one was way too long. It was all
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
It was 12 hours or something. It's like, why? It's like, oh,
yeah. I
so
remember, and you watched all of it.
I
I'm
watched
like,
all of it. Yeah, I was on vacation.
yeah.
I stayed inside
You're like,
with a laptop.
you were like, this is how I'm gonna spend my vacation.
Yeah, I was with my family. My brother's like, "Hey, we're going to the beach." I'm like, "Oh, they might show the Batman trailer, so I'm gonna stay."
And then you were watching
They
Harley Quinn
ended it with the
claymation, and
Batman trailer.
you just watch Harley Quinn claymation for like an hour, and you're just like, I could have went to the beach.
Yeah, like I could been on the beach right now, but now I'm watching Will Arnett being like, "Gotham Knights is in the Arkhamverse, right, guys?" And the developers are like,
The developers are
yeah.
like,
Yeah, I suppose so. It's just ignore Deadshot being a completely different person. Yeah, I guess so.
oh my
Or it was
god.
Justice League versus Suicide Squad. They said was in the Archiverse. So they had
Yeah.
Will Arnett answer questions for some reason.
God, DC fandom was a disaster.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. So I even the comments when it was announced like it's not happening this year. This year, everyone's like, yeah, that's okay. No one's disappointed. They had their Comic-Con where they showed Shazam and Black Adam, then got destroyed by Marvel showing Phase 5 and 6.
Feels bad, man.
I
Feels
guess
bad.
if you're listening to this on the weekend, we record this on Thursdays, so we know that there's been like huge announcements for Disney Plus week. I guess it's Disney Plus weekend this time, where they're probably showing Fantastic Forecasting, probably announcing a few more things, but we don't know. So hey, that Fantastic Forecasting. I love 3 of them. I hate 1 of them. That's my prediction.
Which one do you think you're gonna hate?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna hate. I don't know, Johnny. I'll say Johnny.
I was about to say you're gonna love Jason Segel as the Thing.
I don't know. We don't know who it's gonna be. I mean, I guess Reed and Sue are like very. They have 2 people focused on. I don't know who, but I know they've like kind of laid down. There have been rumors with Reed and Sue. But, yeah.
We'll see.
She-Hulk is still having. Are you watching that anymore?
How do I watch a Disney Plus show? I wait till it's
Yeah,
over.
that's true. You wait till it's over.
But also, do I really want to watch this one that much?
Well, for Daredevil, it's not in yet.
I can watch a YouTube clip.
I mean, you'll probably log into Disney Plus and like just watch
It's
that
like
episode.
it's like how I watch like Star Wars Rebels. I just look up like a few good scenes and I'm like, all right, I watch Star Wars Rebels.
Really, that's how you watched it.
Yeah, I watched like the Vader scenes. I watched like like
Really?
the relevant Ahsoka scenes, and I'm just like, all right, that's good. I don't
Ooh,
need
Harper's
to
gonna
watch
be
the rest
mad
of
at you.
Rebels.
Huh?
No, Harper's gonna be like, you know what? That's a smart guy. Season 1 is fucking boring.
It is. I watched season 1, 2, 3, and I couldn't do 4. I'm like, I can't.
My
I did-
point exactly. I watched all the
and
relevant stuff.
The Vader stuff was great. There's some great scenes in it, but God, I hate Ezra.
Yeah.
I hate 2 Ezras in this world, and one of them is the Star
And
Wars
that's why
one.
Ezra Miller is right behind you right now.
What?
wait.
Exactly.
I didn't mean it. Ezra's behind you like, I liked it. Hell, I loved it.
Were you gonna send me to the nut house? She-Hulk. The episode came out this week, episode 4. I thought this was the best episode. I did not like
with the twerking post credit scene or no?
No, that was episode 3. I thought that one was
Okay.
bad. I thought that whole episode wasn't good. But episode 4 was really good. Wong was a main character in it. It felt like it was focused on Wong actually, and it was just really cool just seeing what he's up to. JD, he watches Sopranos. That's the whole thing. Can I tell you about this episode? Can I
Yeah.
spoil She-Hulk?
Well, now you've got my interest. Before I
Yeah.
was like, oh, She-Hulk, I'm glazing over.
So there's this musician. I guess we're doing She-Hulk review now.
Just sum it up quick.
Okay, musician. He's doing like scam tricks and everything, but he has one of the sling rings. We don't know how he got it, but he could open portals. And this whole thing is he imagines essentially hell, and he sends people there as like, oh, gotcha. And they all, because he sends them there because they always come back to the real world, because apparently there's a devil down there that sends them back. Well, he gets this drunk girl in the area and sends her to this hell-like area, and then she gets sent back, but into Wong's house, and she like falls on the floor, and there's a bit of like there's embers on her and everything, but she's still drunk, so she thinks it's all like, whoa, the musician guy's crazy. And Wong's like, what just happened? And he pauses Sopranos, and she turns around, she's like, oh, this is the one where Tony kills, and she like names someone, and Wong is like, oh,
Who did she
come on.
name?
I have to go to the
I
episode.
need-
I can't remember. I haven't watched Sopranos, but Wong is like, oh, wait, why would you do that? Kind of thing.
You
But
spoiled the episode for him?
yeah, she does. But the episode goes on, and then they're doing a court scene. And she's like testifying in court, and Wong is there too. And then Wong
He
starts
dances
to go,
to the theme song?
yeah, he does.
Gotcha, so good.
Wong starts to go home, and she spoils another episode. She's just like, ah, it's not worth it once this person dies. And Wong is like, no, why would you say that? But the end credit scene is them on
This
the
is worse
couch.
that you can't name the person.
I haven't seen Sopranos. I know Tony. That's it.
Thank you so much.
That's all I know. But the end credit scene is Wong and her on a couch snuggling up watching Sopranos together. It's kind of nice. So yeah, that's what Wong's been up to. This is an episode you have see. This is one of those Star Wars Rebels things. You got to go on YouTube and watch all the scenes with Sopranos.
Just watch The Sopranos. Well, instead of me watching The Sopranos, I'm gonna watch Wong watch The Sopranos.
Exactly, and pausing it quickly as a person falls from.
Like, oh, I know what episode that is.
His reactions are really funny. She's like, oh, no, it's not even worth it. Like he doesn't want to watch it.
Oh, she spoiled Christopher and Adriana's death. Oh.
Yeah.
And you couldn't remember
There's
that.
gonna be like two people on a hero story, like, oh,
Well, I was watching.
The top comment on the Reddit discussion for this episode was like, man, I'm watching Sopranos right now. This
Yeah, I got
Okay.
Sopranos spoiled for me when I was watching it. When
No,
I was a
no.
wee lad.
you
Back in like 2009.
yeah, I was gonna say this movie ended like 10 years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, it ended in like 2007, 2008. So
Yeah. How's the movie?
not good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the movie, The Many Saints of Newark, is terrible, but the
Oh,
show
okay.
is great.
It's like a
Great show
prequel,
of all
right?
time. Yeah, it's like a prequel movie, but it's horrible. Like it doesn't even make the plot doesn't even make sense. Like it makes Black Adam look like Citizen Kane.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The plot just doesn't make sense.
You're here first. JD's excited for Black Adam.
But
But
that first, I compared Black Adam to Citizen Kane.
sorry about talking about Sopranos, but the She-Hulk episode, there's things that happen in this episode that confirm that there was a plot leak that happened in December, and that predicted every single thing that happened in this episode, including Wong watching Sopranos. So there's a leak out there that explains what every single episode of the show and what happens. Seems like Daredevil's gonna be in episode 5 or 6, I think, and he's in 2 episodes. So next week, maybe, or the week after, I can't remember. But yeah, I'm a reliable news guy for over 200 episode podcast. Who
Reliable.
I see news and I'm like, that's interesting. I should talk about that, and I write down talk about She-Hulk. So that's
love the
kind of the
details.
news of the week. This is a slower episode. Harper's on vacation in Australia. He's visiting, and Tyler's visiting New York. So
They're visiting places they live.
Yeah, I guess. But we have a lot of comics, and we've been reading a lot of comics this week. One person won more than the other the month.
Oh, I beat you by 1.
Yeah, you beat me.
I
by
was so
1.
happy.
Yeah,
I thought I was 1 issue short of yours, and then I added it up, and I'm like, oh, I'm
I
1
couldn't
above him.
believe it. That's the second time that's happened too.
Yeah, I told you that's my goal. If I'm 1 above you, I'm doing something right.
Jeez, yeah, I can't believe that, because even at the end, I'm like, I'm done reading comics, but then I got the current Cap run. There's 3 issues. I'm like, okay, I'll add 3 more to my list. Like, come on. Are you reading a lot this month, or are you still slow?
Still slow.
Okay,
I've
good.
been reading Doctor Strange this month.
Nice.
So I'm on Aaron's Doctor Strange. I'm like 10 issues in. I just finished like the arc with like the Death of Magic.
That's like the start of the whole arc, like the whole run.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah, like I just finished that arc. So like I think the last issue was like an origin issue. Like they go back to Doctor Strange's origin.
Oh, most runs do that.
He used mutant growth hormone. I was like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like that was so weird.
It's a good run
Um,
though. It's
yeah, so this month has been like every month I like kind of tackle like a big run here and there. So like
Mhm.
this month has been, Doctor Strange, but not like a big run of Doctor Strange because I think even the Aaron run's only like 20 issues.
It's like 25, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'll do the Aaron, the Wade, like a few different
that's like
Doctor
your
Strange,
big
Kate,
run.
Donny
Yeah,
Cates. So
yeah.
it'll
Donny
be
Cates
kind
is
of like a
only
big run.
10.
Yeah. So
So
like
yeah.
in total, it'll probably be like 50 or 60 issues of Doctor Strange. But
Um.
I've also been reading a lot of Silver Age Fantastic Four. I got like a groove all of a sudden where like I read like 3 issues like in like 2 days of that, which is 60s comics. That's a lot to read.
Yeah. That is. Yeah.
It was actually a pretty entertaining issue. The Hulk like rampages into New York. He's like, "Oh, the Avengers kicked me out of they kicked me out of the Avengers, and Captain America took my place," because this is like right when Avengers #4 came out.
Oh
So
yeah.
so he's like, "Oh, I'm fucking pissed." So he wants to beat up the Avengers and like kick Captain America's ass. And the Fantastic Four see him and they're like, "Whoa, we're gonna need to stop you." So him and the Thing are just going at it, and like
Of
Reed Richards
course they are.
so Reed Richards is like, I need to help Ben, and then he like keeps passing out because he's like sick. He was like working on like a virus or something. So he keeps like getting like the noodle arms, and he just keeps passing out. Like every time they show him, it'll be like every 6 pages, like in between the Thing and the Hulk fighting. They go back to Reed Richards trying to fight out of bed, and then the doctor's like, "You have to lay down," and Reed's just like, "No, I need to help Ben." It's the stupidest fucking plot, but it's good. I love it.
I mean, yeah, it's one of
In the
Marvel's first
most recent
family.
in the most recent issue, Namor kidnaps Sue because he's like, "I will marry her," and
Of course.
she's like, "I don't want to marry you."
Of course, yeah, the old Bowser plot
And
that he
Doctor
had.
Strange helped out. Doctor Strange transported the Fantastic Four underwater so they could go
What?
catch up to Namor.
This is original Fantastic Four, right?
Mm-hmm.
What issue you on?
26.
Oh, okay. I thought you were deeper than that. I didn't realize there were so many crossovers between other characters that
Yeah, they
far
like
in.
just started like 20, like in the 20s area where because now Avengers like had just started.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like Avengers was a little bit after, a few years after.
Yeah, yeah, like uh, Fantastic Four #25 was at the same time as Avengers #4, so like it was
Okay,
well
and it's
behind.
still Jack Kirby on art, right?
Oh yeah, Jack
Jeez.
Kirby does the first 100 issues. So
Oh my god.
oh, he was drawing like 10 different titles at once with those 9 panel pages
Yeah.
every month for years. Dude's a beast.
Yeah,
If
that's
you've ever seen his
insane.
like his art table, have you ever seen a picture of it? Like there's so much like black
Oh
on it
yeah.
from like the drawing. Like that thing should be in like the Smithsonian. Like it's in a it should be in a museum.
It
and it
should,
might be.
yeah.
I don't know, but I've seen a picture of it online. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like all dented essentially from pencil.
Yeah, from how much he drew on it. But if you think about how much he was drawing at once, like dude's a beast.
He would draw like
There's a
every
reason he's
day,
the
all
king.
day. Yeah, exactly. He is. But yeah,
You know what I read today on my lunch break? I read Marvel Team Up 14, the Invincible issue with Spider-Man.
oh,
I've had it in my Marvel Unlimited library, and I'm like, you know, it's one issue. I'm just gonna read it. Like, it's gonna be a quick read. It's
what
kind
did
of
you
a,
like it?
it's kind of like a nothing burger of an issue, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I read it. Yeah,
I mean, it's cool. Like, Mary Jane looks exactly like Mark's
Adam
girlfriend.
Eve. Yeah, Adam Eve.
He's like
Yeah,
your
they look.
super hot wife. But it was pretty decent. I didn't realize that like it's set in between that Angstorm Levy arc
Yeah, it's essentially like
because when Invincible comes back through that portal, he comes back with a web on his back. So they kind of explain
yeah,
why he has that web on his back. Like that's cool.
exactly. Yeah, because yeah, Spider. Yeah, it is fun to read. I read it actually during the Angstorm arc because I heard
Okay,
about that, and I just went on Marvel Unlimited after that issue where I saw the web. I'm like, okay, because I heard that it just kind of ties in through a web. So
yeah. I
that's how
mean, basically the issue is just like, whoa, your name's Spider Man. That's dumb. Oh, what's your name? Invincible. And then they
yeah,
just like beat up Doc Ock, and he's like, all right, see ya.
yeah, and he just jumps through the portal.
He
It's a short
also
issue, but it is
he
entertaining.
also when he's naming the Avengers of what they should be named, he gets to Luke Cage and he just goes, Black Man. Good job,
Yeah, because it
Invincible.
was like he names all like Ant-Man, Spider-Man, and I can't think of any
He's
more
like, yeah, he's like
Marvel.
Captain America. Is he Shield Man or is Iron Man Robot Man?
Yeah, oh yeah,
He's
Iron
like
Man.
naming them based on whatever they are. So then Luke Cage just comes in like
Because
just
he's not in a suit.
he's
Yeah,
not
he's
wearing
just
like a super suit. He's just wearing like
the
like
hoodie.
sweats and a hoodie. Yeah, He's like, black man. It's like,
It's a good
oh,
joke.
God.
It's a good joke.
No, yeah, but like I like at the end, Luke Cage is like walking away, and he's like, black man.
He's Power Man. I mean,
Yeah.
but I guess you
It,
wouldn't just say that.
it
Yeah.
was a pretty decent issue. I just realized that like when I was after I finished, I'm like, oh shit, Robert Kirkman like wrote that,
Mhm.
which I was like, oh, that's cool.
I messaged Robert Kirkman to try to get him on the podcast.
And he did not respond.
Yeah, he didn't even read it. Obviously not.
Yeah, he's a little big.
Yeah, he's a little too big with the Walking Dead, Invincible. I'm like, yeah, no, that's fair. I wasn't expecting it, but I thought it'd be cool to try.
I got to read
Nothing.
The Walking Dead.
It's I was gonna say it's good, but I haven't read it. I've read the first volume. That's it.
I mean, I own the first 3 compendiums, which I think everyone in the United States owns. Like, I feel like everyone owns those 3 compendiums.
I know a lot of people that own that too. Yeah,
but
why not?
I've never cracked them open.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know. It's something about the black and white that like I just kind of have trouble.
You probably
getting
get
into.
used to it within like 10 minutes.
I'm
Not
sure.
even.
I mean, I've heard people say like, I was talking to someone, I forget who it was, that it was like it makes Invincible look terrible. Like it's way better than Invincible.
And
I'm
people
like,
call
no
it the
way.
greatest comic ever made.
Yeah, I gotta try it.
I watched the
I'm
show
sure I could binge it.
up until season 8, I think.
That's
So-
way too long.
Yeah, it was. It was way too long. It was when Andrew Lincoln left. Rick. It's when he
Yeah.
left the show. Then I'm like, okay, I'm leaving too. That's a
Way
good
too
excuse.
Way too long.
Yeah. What was the big thing you read? Doctor Strange, right?
Doctor Strange.
Are you reading and the Sorcerers Supremes?
Yeah, I think that's after Aaron's run.
It takes place during.
Okay. On Harper's list, it's like right after that. So I just
Yeah,
read
he
after.
wears like the same suit and he has like the axe in it. So
Right.
yeah, that's my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, I remember you saying like that one's like great.
Do it. Yeah, it's very, very, very good. Are you reading season
I'm
1?
basically just following Harper's list. Like I read season 1. I read
Okay.
Oath a while ago. I read Strange by Mark Waid, which was only 4 issues. I
Yeah.
read Defenders by Matt Fraction.
Mhm.
Now I'm at
Pretty good.
Jason Aaron's Doctor Strange. After this, it's Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme, then Donny Cates, then Damnation, then Mark Waid. So
Are you doing Defenders 2019, I think it is?
the one by Al Ewing.
Yeah.
It's on the list, so I guess I will.
It's right before his death. And then Death of Doctor Strange is very good. It's a good
Yeah.
story.
So I mean, I'll try to read it all. I've been kind of making good progress through it. Like it's
Okay.
it's enjoyable stuff. I never really read Doctor Strange like that, so but I tend to like whatever Doctor Strange issue I read them, I kind of like it. You know, I loved The Oath and I loved you know, What Is It That Disturbs You? So like I've enjoyed what I've read. Season 1 was really good.
It was really good, yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a great character.
just like it.
I've been reading Green Lantern. And it is
Yes.
wow. I don't know
For
why
years, years
Yeah.
I wanted you to read this.
Yeah, it was 5 years or something like that. And it's yeah, okay, I see why this is the best DC run ever made. That some people say.
Wow. So you're willing to go that far?
I'm not done. Well, I'm on New 52, so I'm kind of done.
Right. You finished the original 2005 to 2000.
I'm literally I think I have like 10 issues left. Simon Baz just got introduced.
Okay. Yeah, you're at the
So
end.
yeah, I'm like right at the end here. But even like Secret Origin, which is retelling Hal Jordan's origin story,
Great.
incredible, amazing. Questions that I didn't even realize I had were answered.
And the art was so top tier throughout Jeff's run.
Yeah.
Like this book was treated like a Batman book, which I know you made a post on the other day,
Mhm.
but like it really
It
like,
was.
you had Jeff Johns writing it, and then you had like
Ivan
people
Reeves.
hate him, which whatever. EVS. But his art was great at the time, you know,
Oh,
like the
Ethan Van
2000s.
Sciver.
Yeah, EVS, like his
Yeah.
like I think his Green Lantern art is, I mean, at the time it was like the definitive Green Lantern art. But Ivan Reis on Green Lantern art, like
Ivan's
art was just top tier.
I think
during that
Ivan's
run.
better. My problem with Ethan is every time there's something black on the suit, it's just like pink bucket tool. Like there's no detail or anything. And
Yeah.
with characters like John, where it's mostly black except for like the gauntlets and a little bit of the chest,
Right,
it just looks like pajamas.
right, yeah. No, I could see that.
But
And sometimes his faces look a little weird.
yeah, a little too much wrinkles.
Yeah,
I find.
but
But Ivan,
I do think his art in Green Lantern Rebirth is like amazing.
Yeah, it
Like
is. It is.
this is some great stuff. Like the way he draws Batman too. I'm like, man, I wanted to see him on Batman.
There's a lot of shadows to it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that run is just top tier, and it goes through so much. Like it builds up Blackest Night from the very beginning, and
Mm-hmm.
when you get to it, like it feels earned. Like I
Yeah.
still say that's the DC's best event.
Seriously, like, yeah, no, I think it. Oh, I'd have to compare Secret War. I was gonna say I think it's the best event, but I think Secret Wars might take that.
I
Yeah.
I might prefer Blackest Night over Secret Wars, but that being said, I haven't read the build up to Secret Wars. Like I haven't read Hickman's Avengers or nothing, so I had to have
Are
to
you gonna
read
do
that
that
to like
soon?
compare. Yeah, it's on the list.
Okay, you should
I did
definitely do that.
Hickman's Fantastic Four, so now Avengers is next.
Yeah, and they kind of slowly set it up in Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
But man, like it feels like a movie trilogy before New 52 at least. Because you have Secret Origins, which is a retelling of his origin story. But like they set up so much like Atrocitus is on Aventure's ship, and it's the
Yep.
reason it crashes. The
yeah,
reason why a Green Lantern was in a ship was because he was taking Atrocitus away, like
Yep.
as a prisoner, and the ring couldn't hold him. They crash land, and Atrocitus goes to Black Hand before he's even Black Hand, which is William Hand. I think Hand, right? Is his
yeah,
last name Hand? Yeah. And it's like, you are the prophecy of the Blackest Night. It's like, it sets it up right there.
yeah.
It's like, and because of that, I have to kill you to stop the Blackest Night. But they stop him because William Hand's this innocent guy at the time. So, Sinestro's incredible as a hero. Sinestro as a hero is like a legitimate like superhero. It's
Right.
not just like a villain, like, oh, I have like evil ideas in my head. No, he's just like a very strict superhero.
This was the New 52, right? Like in the when they
Well,
show Sinestro as the Green Lantern
he is a Green Lantern New 52, but I'm referring to Secret Origins
in Origin. Okay,
when he is like he's a Green Lantern at the
yeah,
time.
when he's like the best of the Green Lanterns.
Yeah, and they really show that, and he's not a villain. And you even if like even if we didn't know who Sinestro was and he was just being introduced, I wouldn't think he would become a villain.
Right,
He's just a hero that doesn't really care about being a hero.
right.
It's kind of like Batman. He's just like, I'm here to do my job and leave. It's very similar to that.
Isn't it funny like how so many of the threads that they tried to do in the movie like come from the Jeff Johns run?
Yeah.
Like you could tell what they were going for in the movie. Like they were kind of trying to follow that template. It didn't work.
Yeah,
It should have, but it didn't.
too little ideas really, and trying to just make it one big movie.
Right.
And then you have Parallax, which was a cloud. So it's like, what were they doing there? So strange ideas, strange, I imagine budget reasons, but it's just, yeah, disappointing.
But that run, I mean, I've always gone back and forth in my head of like, is that Jeff's best run? I think it is
I think it is. Yeah.
because if I had to compare like what would his other, what would his other best run be? Probably his Aquaman, but I think his Aquaman because it's like so short, it
It
doesn't
is short.
quite reach like the
Justice League.
Green
maybe?
Lantern was like the center of the DC universe for like 5 years
Yeah.
during his
Mhm.
run, which is awesome.
There's posters of the Justice League and Hal Jordan's in the center.
Yeah,
You never see that now.
yeah.
It's always just Batman or
Yeah.
Superman or one
It's a
of them.
great run. I gotta get the Omnis. The Omnis look so good.
And they're quick reads.
Yeah, they're quick reads.
They're-
I want to read all
despite
the
being
Green
very long.
Lantern. I want to read all the Green Lantern core issues because that's the other run by Tomasi and Gleason, which I've read only pieces of. I haven't read the whole thing. So
The
I think
Omnis have a few
when I
issues.
do
of them.
eventually read, because I'm going to read Jeff's Green Lantern again. I think when I read it this time, I'm going to try to read it with everything else like at once. So like read,
They
an
cross
issue of Green
over.
Lantern, an issue
Yeah.
of Green Lantern core, and then back to Green Lantern. Go back and forth.
Yeah, because Green Lantern is about Hal and Core is about the other members, but they cross over
Right.
near the end with War of the Green Lanterns, which is a
Right.
great story.
Right.
It's so cool. It's like the perfect sci-fi comic. Like the scene, like, oh my god, the rings are killing us, they're controlling us. So they take it off, but Hal has one ring each of each other emotional spectrum, which Jeff Johns created. He created this, and it'll never go away in comics. There will always be blue and orange and
The
yellow
emotional
and red
spectrum, right.
lanterns.
Which unfortunately they've kind of gotten away from of like the other cool like lanterns of like other colors. Like when's the
Yeah,
last time we've seen some of those characters?
I guess. I mean, Larfleeze had an arc and Venditti run.
Right, but like I'm saying, like Atrocitus and all that. When's the last time we seen him?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Or
But it's also like
Saint Walker. I can't even think of the last time Saint Walker was in a comic.
it was when they took away Kyle's White Lantern powers and gave him the green
Which
again.
we're talking about how many years ago now?
Yeah, that was like 2016.
Yeah, and
So,
it's 2022. Like,
Yeah,
it's nuts.
it has been a while.
Like such cool stuff from Green Lantern, and they like kind of have shied away from it.
Yeah.
Oh God, it makes me mad to think about the Jeff run because then you look at Green Lantern now and you're just like, how could they have blown it?
Yeah. It's annoying, but I mean it's a great run. I'm gonna be reading it probably multiple times throughout my life, I feel like. So I'm glad to have these omnis.
So you think this is gonna rank in your all-time runs?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I'm amazed at this. It's like every arc is good. And sometimes
And you had never read like the whole. You had only read like little pieces of the run, right? Like Blackest Night, obviously you had read, and like,
yeah, I read
other
Blackest
arcs
Night. I didn't think I read it, but I knew a lot about Sinestro Corps War.
Okay.
So I knew like almost everything that happened in it before it happened. Like I feel like I've seen that Superboy fight where the League and the Corps take on Superboy Prime.
Yep.
I feel like I've seen that a lot. I didn't know Anti-Monitor was Yellow Lanterns. That was the surprise for me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that at all. But that's about it, really.
Yeah.
And then I knew, Simon Baz, I read all his stuff, so I'm rereading it now.
Right.
And Rebirth, Green Lantern Rebirth. I have the trade of that. That's
Right.
about it. Do you know Chip Jimenez? He's in the Zoom waiting call. I don't know who that is.
I wouldn't let a random guy in.
I'm guessing it's Harper.
I'm guessing it's gonna be Sean.
Chip Jimenez. Could I view? Could I just see them? No. I'm gonna hold off just in case. Because fun fact, it costs money to record over an hour on Zoom, so I use a relative of mine's account. just in case I'm gonna hold off. We got comics this week that actually came out. We've just been rambling about comics that we've been reading all month, but I had a lot of comics come out this week. I started reading Moon Knight. I'm not caught up yet, but I got this week's issue, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I'm reading it, so probably next issue I'll be able to mention it. Once the Future has 2 issues left. I got those. I haven't read it yet. But the rest of the comics that I did read, and JD read some of these, Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty. I said that weird. Sentinel of Liberty, which I got. I started reading Captain America, and I'm going to try to sell you on it, JD.
You could try.
New Champion Shazam number 2, Batman number 127, which you read, right?
I did.
Flashpoint Beyond. Did you read that?
I haven't read.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
I'll go over one thing.
I have it, but I haven't read it.
I have one thing to go over. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 4.
Okay.
You read that? And I know you didn't read my last one, which is Dark Knights of Steel, Tales of Three Kingdoms. So
that was the prequel one,
yeah, it's a prequel, and I got no variants. It's so nice.
Wow, all main covers. Look
all
at
main
you,
covers,
like a normal person.
We haven't done this in a while, but I gotta say, cover of the week went Dark Crisis because Hal Berry's on it.
That was a great cover.
It's such a good cover. Hal Berry.
What's your pick of the week, though?
Pick of the week is either Batman or Captain America.
Wow.
So yeah,
you're that high on Captain America.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with Batman because you read that.
Yeah, Zorana.
I think most people's pick has been Batman this week. I've talked to a few people this week, and Batman seems to be the high one. Failsafe Part 3. I was gonna say I called it, but the guy on the internet called it. I hate Reddit 69. This is Batman's failsafe. You did create this villain.
But doesn't that kind of create a plot hole?
It does.
Anytime Batman has been accused of murder, there's literally a story called Bruce Wayne Murderer.
But Tim calls it out too. He's just like, what? So Batman gets framed by anything and you attack? But yeah, maybe he made this pretty recently, but it's also kind of hints that the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh kind of made it. It kind of hints at that.
Yeah. There's one thing that I have to give credit to Chip Zdarsky to in this issue that I didn't like from the last issue, where Batman calls like the Bat Family soldiers.
Yeah, I knew you
I
liked
said,
this.
remember I said like, oh man, I hate when he calls them soldiers. Like it's so
Yeah.
stupid. It's so like cliche. In this issue, Bruce says like he's not a soldier. He's my son about Tim. So
I knew
all
you
right,
liked
Chip,
that.
you did good. You did good.
It's Zdarsky, man. You gotta trust him.
I can admit when I'm wrong. I can admit when I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
No, as soon as I got to that page, I'm like, oh, I was gonna text you, but I'm like, you might not have read it yet.
Yeah.
I knew you like it. We start
Yeah.
with a Tower of Babel flashback.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
That's kind of cool.
I just read Tower of Babel like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Really, I read it.
Yeah, during my Justice League binge.
I heard it like 6 years ago. It's been a long time, but it's a great story, and yeah, flashback to right after.
It was so nice to see Jorge drawing Superman again. I missed that.
It's so good. Even when he looks angry, it's so good. So yeah, for those who don't know, Tower of Babel is a story where Batman, he has a plan to take out every member of the Justice League in case they go evil. Ra's al Ghul gets that and uses Batman's plans against the Justice League. So that's what the story is about. League wins in the end, but it came out like what, 2003, something like that.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Yeah, so there's a flashback of Batman's in the Batcave and Superman comes down. They're younger, and Superman's just like, so you have plans to kill us all.
It's right after Batman got voted off the Justice League.
Exactly, yeah. And they're just like, that's not fair. And Batman's just like, hey, I'm on, like, I left the league. I'm not fighting you guys for this. Just, I had a plan just in case you went evil. And Batman even says, like, I don't regret anything too, which is pretty funny. But yeah, it's just a little argument, but also talking about like, oh, what would happen if you went evil? What would happen then? Do you have a failsafe? That's what the story's about. Batman has a failsafe. It's a robot meant to kill Batman in case he kills someone, which is happening right now. A lot of old runs being together in this. I'm glad I know Batman. I'm glad this is my first Batman run. Batman Azura Nar is basically it's actually something that came out in like the 40s originally, but Grant Morrison was the one who really put his name on it. It's a really strangely designed batsuit that when you put it on, it kind of takes over. It takes every ideal and thought of Bruce Wayne out of you, and it's only Batman. You are just Batman. You don't care about anything except for Batman stuff, essentially. So just like me. So no
it's
Bruce Wayne.
It's kind of a weird concept, right?
Like as it was a thing in the 40s originally.
Right.
Yeah.
And obviously in the Morrison run, but like if you think about it, it's kind of weird.
It's hard to think about.
Right? Like if you really, I mean, I get it's a comic book, but like
it's hard to imagine.
Puts on a suit and then like he goes like into his own sicko mode, like, it's so weird.
I mean, it's essentially like, what if you were like struggling to study, you kept procrastinating, you kept going on your phone, and you can't pay attention, and then you put on this suit, and then you're just
I put on a rainbow colored suit, and all of a sudden I'm like,
you just focus. Yeah, like you finish that essay like immediately. That's essentially what it is. It heightens his focus and it makes him focus on the job. Yeah. And he even calls Tim chum in this, like what Batman used to call Robin. I like that. Whole thing that this is like, I don't think it's golden age, but it's a silver age idea here. Batman and Tim, Batman starts to explain to Tim what's happening, like the suit, I have no Bruce Wayne in me, I'm just Batman, and we're gonna take down this robot. Robot arrives. Batman puts a little bit of extra armor on himself, and they get like lightsabers, flares.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say those are lightsabers.
They're like torch guns, I guess.
Right? Yeah, I can't even really tell like what the handle is.
It looks like
the handle almost looks like a staple gun.
Yeah, it's basically a torch gun, like a little flamethrower, like a one-hand flamethrower. But they use it like swords essentially. Like they start whipping it at the that failsafe, trying to melt down his metal a little bit. Failsafe is blocking. Failsafe ends up beating them up. Meanwhile, back on the streets of Gotham, Nightwing's making sure Steph dies, I guess. Steph is unconscious and she's in an ambulance, and the paramedics go to take off her mask to give her air, and Nightwing's like, hey, mask stays on, respect us, kind of thing.
For some reason I didn't catch that was Steph. So when Nightwing was like, the mask stays on, I was just like, what? Like I thought it was like a random person.
No, that's I mean, I feel like I'd understand if it's like Cassandra, like you roll up a bit of the mask because she has like a Spider-Man like mask where it covers
Right.
everything, just to get her mouth so you could put some air, some oxygen in. But Steph only covers her mouth and nose.
The bottom, yeah, the bottom
Yeah,
part.
if she's not breathing and she needs oxygen.
The next page, Barbara's wearing the same outfit all the time.
For a
Just
year.
put her in a different color.
For a year.
Why is this my pet peeve? Why is this where I draw the line?
It's only
I'm pretty sure she's been wearing that since like Fear State, maybe even before that.
Yeah, it was right before
Joker War.
Yeah, it was Joker War. She was wearing it.
It's like almost 30 issues.
It's like Jorge doesn't know what other clothes to draw.
Like now he's got to do a scene where Barbara like goes into her closet and it's just all the same outfit.
Oh,
like
Tom
in the
Taylor
B,
will
like
do
in
that.
the B movie when he's like looking
Yeah.
at black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
I feel like Tom Taylor will do that in Nightwing.
I
know like in Bruno Redondo draws her in different shirts.
Right.
Usually like Teen Titan shirts and stuff.
Right.
But I feel like there'll be a scene where she opens the closet. There's like this exact outfit, like 10 of them. Because yeah, she does wear the same thing. It is
it's my pet peeve. Jorge, I love you so much, and you draw the perfect Barbara Gordon, but just change the color of the shirt.
Yeah.
It's not even on you, it's on the colorist at this point.
Because like, it's a great page. Like Nightwing's standing there,
with
a bandage on. Like it's such good art, but yeah, you gotta stop.
He's in the same outfit every time.
Meanwhile, oh god, this art's so good. Tim drags Bruce like away from Failsafe and into the mansion, and they set some like bombs on the clock, the grandfather clock, and they go to each corner, and Failsafe walks up and triggers the bombs that blow up, but he doesn't seem affected by it, and he starts to burn the manor down, Wayne Manor. And you could tell that there's no Bruce in this because the Batman's NRR just starts screaming like stay away from Alfred and starts attacking. Like I guess he doesn't really know what's been going on.
Right.
Like this version of Batman. Big fight. It's a great fight to watch, but this is your soldier scene here.
Yeah, I mean, like, Batman of Zarena says like they're soldiers, and then Bruce on the inside is like, no, they're not soldiers, like he's my son, which I'm like, oh, fantastic scene. And that art, the page where he's surrounded by the fire and you just see like the cowl and he says my son, like, oh, perfection.
It's like, and it's not like the Batman's NRR is like I'm in control. He knows he's not, and he knows like he's just there to do the job. So when he hears Bruce say my son, he stops looking at Failsafe and goes to save Tim's life. Like, because he's immediately just like, Robin's my son. I gotta save him. I can't. He's not a soldier. He screams at Robin to go limp, and they jump out of the manor. He yells at Robin to get help as he goes back to fight Failsafe. He gets beat up bad. He's laying on the floor of the manor as it's burning down, and starts
he's like, oh, this isn't a bad place to die. And he's like thinking about the memories. Like he sees, a young version of Jason or a young version of Dick, like going down the stairs. Alfred going up the stairs, and his parents at the top, and he's just like laying there, and then he realized that he's going to be saved because Superman shows up. And that last page with Superman, oh, it's so good. And I hate, I don't like the red on D's on the outside, but oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah, it is one of those moments where it's like, oh my god, it's
Superman. Like Superman is here. Like, oh,
it's like, yeah, Superman can show up at any time in any story, but this is one of those moments where it's just like you get hyped over it. You're like, Superman's here. And I wish we kind of got a scene of Tim running, probably screaming Superman. He probably doesn't have a phone number of him or anything. He's probably just screaming, hoping that Clark will hear.
Right.
And he hears, and it's like, oh.
And I should have realized that Superman was going to come back, because why else would he be in the beginning of the issue?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But while I was reading it, it didn't make sense to me. And then at the end, I'm like, oh, yo, Superman.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the character, but I'm glad it's not John. I'm glad it's Clark.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the emotional impact wouldn't be the same if it's like, oh, it's my friend's son. So my friend's 17-year-old
he wasn't even alive during Tower of Babel.
Yeah, exactly. So it's such an exciting issue. Right. You weren't the biggest fan of last month's issue. Do you like this one?
Yeah, I thought this issue was very good.
It's like a perfect fight comic. Did you read the backup story?
Come on.
So I wasn't going to, but I flipped through page and like, oh, this is
What?
actually.
Oh, I thought no way you read it.
I wasn't going to, but so there's a guy owning a flower shop, and it's Penguin.
Oh, he's alive.
Penguin. He faked his death. Yeah.
They put that in the B story.
Yeah. So Catwoman finds out immediately. She goes in and she's just like, "Hey, Oswald," and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." He's doing a new name, which Paul Meredith. He got plastic surgery for his nose. He's running a flower shop. He just wants to be a regular guy. And the reason he faked his death was one last little trick to Batman, because he knew, like, I just wanted to piss him off. I know he's going to get out of it. I just want to do one last thing for him. And he mostly did because he has some sons and he wants to see his sons mourn because they hate him, but they never did. So he's just like, I'm just going to run this flower shop. I'm just going to be a regular guy. Like,
wow, I clearly missed a lot with this backup story. What a page turner.
Penguin's alive. That's the main thing.
Okay.
That's it. But yeah, good issue. Really good issue. I liked it a lot. And I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah, I thought this one was really good. The art was top tier. I really hope they don't have like any guest artists. Like, just keep Jorge on it as long as possible.
Yeah, usually does like 6 in a row. So
yeah.
Yeah, I know you didn't read it yet, but Flashpoint Beyond, I just have one thing to say. It's the first page.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna read. So it's a news. It's a Mr. Terrific is on a talk show, and they're going over the recent events of the world. And so there's a picture of the League all running, and it says, celebrating today's miraculous return of the Justice League, who are believed dead following attack by what Mr. Terrific and the Justice Society are referring to as the Great Darkness. And it says 2 days after the events of Dark Crisis. The League comes back at the end of Dark Crisis and everything's okay. Why we're on part 4 of Dark Crisis and you're spoiling it. Flashpoint Beyond.
Did you think the Justice League was going to stay dead?
I knew they were coming back, but I find it like the stakes are now so low for Dark Crisis, knowing that in the end everything's going to be okay. The League will be back.
It was always going to be okay. Only you, a fool, would think that the Justice League were going to stay dead.
You a fool. I thought they stayed dead for like, I don't know, a few months, but
no, they're the Justice League.
I know, it's just,
good God.
How much do I owe Harper? I owe Harper a lot of money.
You owe Harper
too
much. I don't know why you'd ever take that bet. That was a sucker's bet.
I know, I'm an idiot. But yeah, this is now confirming that, yeah, they survived.
I like that we have an audio clip of you now saying I'm an idiot, so I could just replay that over and over.
You could, yeah. The issue's good. I won't talk about it too much because you read it, but like great pages. They talk about Dr. Manhattan in it. So I have that to look forward to. Art's really cool. There's a really good fight scene between Thomas and Martha. One big reveal.
5 of 7, right?
5 of 6.
Oh shit, it's almost over.
Yeah, they set up the ending. They reveal a big thing, which every comic book news article is going after. Did you see it?
No.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Martha talks to Psycho Pirate, like Joker Martha, about Earth Prime. It's like, oh, this world isn't real. What's your world like? And he starts to talk to her like, oh, well, your son is Batman and you're supposed to be dead and the Joker's a man. She's like, what? What's he like? And he says his name is Jack Oswald White. And then explains the Killing Joke. Oh,
I did see this article.
They revealed his name. Yeah.
Yeah, that's strange.
I mean, why?
Right, like
the Joker's really Mr. White.
Is there Mr. White? Yo, Mr. White, science, bitch.
That's the Joker.
Wow.
Yeah, so they reveal his name. And it's just like, why would you reveal that in issue 5 of Flashpoint Beyond? Why would you reveal that in general? It's like,
I guess to get the articles going.
Yeah, I get maybe sales were low or something. I don't know. First appearance of Joker's name on Earth Prime, told by Psycho Pirate.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then they go over Killing Joke's origin, like, oh, he was a failed comedian. And they say he had kids though, so it's like it's not fully Killing Joke, but
Right.
yeah, it's just I don't know. The issue was good, but I thought that was kind of dumb. They revealed that.
Right.
Yeah. Dark Crisis.
Dark Crisis. That cover was heat.
Mhm.
We get the Barry and Hal reunion that we've been waiting for a while. I'm
5
trying to think of
years.
what was the last time they interacted, because I know that Barry was technically in an issue of Morrison's Green Lantern, but I'm kind of just viewing that as like a could have
No,
happened
I
at any
can't know.
time type story.
Yeah.
So the
Was
last
it
time,
Hal Jordan's birthday and Williamson's Flash?
as I was thinking that, or I'm pretty sure at the end of Hal and Palace, didn't Barry appear in an issue? Like towards
Did
like the
he?
later,
I
like the
can't
later
remember.
half, didn't he appear in an
They
issue?
probably had like a moment
I could
in
be
like
wrong here, but I
death
thought he was in
metal or
Alan Palace for
something,
like an
but
issue. But anyway, it's been like since they really interacted, like probably like 5 years at this point.
mhm.
So that was cool. The line's a little lame. The brave and bold.
Yeah.
It's a little on the nose more than anything.
Yeah, basically a lantern yells at Hal saying, "You're very brave to face the darkness without your ring." And Barry says, "You might say Hal's brave and bold."
Which I guess kind of fits in character with Barry, like bad dad.
He would
jokes.
say that, yeah, he would say that. But yeah, it's great. Hal doesn't have his ring in this universe, but Barry explains everything that's happened. She's like, well, I'm not dead. Wally found me. The League's not dead. They're all in these perfect worlds where they wouldn't want to leave. And yeah, I've been running through them for the past little bit, and that's how I found you.
The
You want
page
to
where
come?
he's like actually running underneath them, like as they go by each world, is really cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But yeah, back in regular Earth Prime, world's in chaos because no Justice League, and Deathstroke has his army going crazy. Nightwing's getting pretty unhopeful about it, but Alan Scott actually talks to him, and it's actually really good dialogue of Alan Scott just being like, they don't
Yeah, I
need a
mean,
fancy little title or name,
right,
Justice League or Justice Society.
Justice League. They need
Yeah.
just to be inspired.
Yeah, exactly. And he's even the way he talks, like that sounds like what an old man would say.
Right, would give like the advice to like someone who's trying to
Yeah, giving
go
advice,
crazy.
being like, I don't know, Clark's boy's been doing great. Why
Right,
don't you get
right.
up?
I don't know if he says it here or somewhere else, but he's like, you were the guys who did it first. Like your generation, like show other people how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. The only thing where I was like, Alan, are you sure? Where he's like, John put together a great bunch. Did he?
I think he's just saying
Frankenstein is great. No way. Alan Scott is like, oh, Frankenstein's a great hero.
I feel like Alan
Frankenstein
doesn't
and
even
Killer
know
Frost
that
are great Justice Leaguers.
I feel like Alan Scott doesn't even know who they are. Thumbs up,
Oh, the green one.
Yeah. I have a green ring.
I was the green guy. I like the idea of Alan Scott just being like a kind of delusional old man who's like not quite there anymore.
He doesn't do any of these
I like green. I like that guy.
You're all heroes, hey? Killer Frost and Harley Quinn.
Just like,
yeah. You're Ted, right? Ted Cord to point at Blue Beetle or point at Booster Gold.
But with like the old man, like, I remember when you looked different.
Yeah, it's like, Ted, is that you? It's like Jaime Blue Beetle. Why you look like that? You're so young. Flip the page and you get Black Adam versus Grodd. Yelling at each other.
Well, we do have the #1 Black Adam fan in the world, Hunter Murray.
Somehow. You think there'd be more.
I love Black Adam.
I do, yeah. I don't know why I'm the only one. But yeah, it's basically Black Adam panicking, going to Legion of Doom, like, we're all gonna die. Like, we gotta team up, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. But then they do. Little callback that I noticed to Flash. Did you see? You see the Flash reference? It's not like no editor note to it. I'll point it out to you. So the Legion side of the Hall of Doom blows up, and immediately Lex is like, what happened to the security alerts I should have? And Captain Cold goes, I thought we had fixed them, the damn Flash again. Remember when Wally and Wallace were running around training and they went to the Hall of Doom
Oh yeah.
and Wally went and like just took their security away?
Oh, that was like Flash like 781 or 780.
That was a few months
issues ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think that's showing that like their security didn't go off because Wally.
That's very subtle. They didn't put
Yeah.
Ender's Note or nothing.
Yeah.
Wow, I
But
didn't even catch that.
but Captain Cold says like that damn Flash again, like he knows.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like that now.
Yeah. Now you like the page with Black Adam.
Now the hierarchy of that page did just change.
Exactly. Yeah. They fight Deathstroke's team of D-listers, as Captain Cold calls it.
Yeah.
Deathstroke, basically the Dark Army takes over and they start to possess everyone except for Black Adam, of course. You can't have Black Adam as a possessed guy when his movie's coming out. So he's able to fly away, but he says like not again.
How nice is it to see in that next page there, Kyle Rayner?
I mean, I see him every day at this point because we're
All right, fair. You're reading Green Lantern
John's
2000s,
Green
but
Lantern,
like,
but
how
yeah.
nice is it to see it in a new comic?
Bro, it's one panel. We're just like, oh,
I'll take
how
it.
great is that?
I will turn crumbs into a Thanksgiving feast if I need to.
You're just like, wow, Kyle Rayner on a panel. And he says something. Yeah.
I was gonna
crumbs.
kick your ass, Pariah. Yeah, Barry and Hal are running. They're trying to get a Batman, so they go to Batman's world, which is like a giant clock.
Yeah, I'm not reading the Worlds Without Justice League one shot,
Right.
so I don't know.
But
too
it's like
much
a
about it.
giant clock, and Batman kind of has like a goldish type suit there. That looks cool.
Yeah. But yeah, they go to Nightwing, Superman, John Superman, and Garfield Wonder Girl go with Alan Scott to Justice League Dark, where they talk with Detective Chimp and Constantine, and Swamp Thing, who they're just like, we might have a plan, but we don't really see the plan. Yeah, back to the fight with Deathstroke versus Luthor, and that's kind of where the issue ends. Oh, issue ends with everything starts to shake in Pariah's world, in the Justice League headquarters, the whole Justice, and even Deathstroke knows that the Infinite Earths have been unleashed.
Yeah, that the last 2 pages are really cool with like where his eyes start bleeding, and he says when it says like a new multiverse was born, and it's like all coming out of his hand. That's like really really cool.
It is cool, yeah. But yeah, the Infinite Earths about. I wish we didn't know this going in.
Right, because
that would have been a big shock.
That was like part of like the marketing.
Yeah, they did say that the Infinite Earths will return in this issue, but
yeah,
that would have been a big shock if like a new multiverse is born. But it's still a good issue. I enjoyed it. I think Dark Crisis is slow so far, and we're halfway.
This is 4 of 8,
7,
yeah.
So we're past halfway. It needs to pick up a little bit, but now the multiverse is here, maybe it will.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I did enjoy the issue though.
Yeah, it is a good issue. So I'll just quickly go over my other things real quick and say Captain America, New Champion Shazam. There's only 4 issues, but it's very good so far, and that's all I'll say. I'm
This
just
is issue
really
2?
enjoying it. Yep, issue 2 of 4, and it's just very enjoyable. Doc, is it Doc Shanner?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah. Sorry, Evan Doc Shanner. He's on art, and it's just really, really good. Josie Campbell is writing, and it's just a fun story about Mary Marvel. Dark Knights of Steel had a prequel comic this week. Dark Knights of Steel is a DC universe in a fantasy world where it goes over the origins of the Kingdom of El, and just there's a lot of just funny Easter eggs in this. It goes over how Batman was trained by this world's Bane, and who was like a heavy night guard, and Batman ends up, and he was training Bruce to kill Superman, but when they went to do it, Bruce just basically killed. Well, he didn't kill, but he knocked down Bane after being trained by him. He'd be like, I would never do that. But you get to see a lot of characters. Like you get to see this world's Two-Face, who just has bandages everywhere. He's homeless, and Superman gives him a coin, and that's where he gets the coin kind of thing, because Superman's royalty in this universe. You get to see a lot of Batman rogues. There's a scene where they go to a market and they're walking around, and there's just characters everywhere that you see, like Ragman. You see there's like a jester that's like walking around, like watching people, and but is in his mask is like the drama, like smile and frown, but it's like cut in half and it's orange and black. So Deathstroke.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun though character
Like a cool
designs.
little, like alternative to the Batman rogues.
Exactly, yeah. And you see Huntress walking around, who's basically
I'm
in the
shocked there
Huntress
wasn't a
outfit.
comic book hunter post about this. Usually after
Oh.
every Dark Knights of Steel issue, you make like a, all right, on this
There-
month's issue, this is the new characters.
There will be.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it, so
There
I can
will
comment
be.
on it, just to give you shit.
There's a Harley's in it, and she finds a puppy in an alley who's like limping. She's like, "Oh, it's a puppy." It's Haley. It's like the Nightwing's three-legged dog.
Haley made it to Dark Knight of Steel.
Yeah, it's a three-legged dog. So,
Good God.
which I can't find the page. Oh yeah, right here. And she tries to give it to Dick as well.
I look forward to the comic book hunter post on this.
It's literally just Haley. The Robins that you get to find out who the Robins are. It's all the Robins except for, I'm guessing Damien's not one of them. You see pretty much all of them, including like Steph, Duke, and Cass. I guess you don't see Cass. Why is Cass not here? Anyways, they're like a group of kids that like steal from them, give to the poor kind of thing. And Batman likes that. Bruce likes that, so he's like, "You want a job?" So he
Kind
recruits
of
all
like
them.
what they did in the Gotham by Gaslight animated movie.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I don't know why I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah, in the Gotham by like in the original Gotham by Gaslight story, like the Robins aren't in it, but in the animated movie, it's like a bunch of like poor street kids who like steal from rich people.
That's basically what they're
Like
doing
that.
here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun issue. Riddler's called Fiddler. I was offended by that. Just want to point that out. Yeah, why not just
Isn't
Riddler?
Fiddler a Flash villain?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's a fun issue, and Dark Knights of Steel has been on hold for the past little bit, so it's for the past like 4 months, so it's good to have like a little bonus thing as it comes back. I think next month it comes back fully.
Was that the same artist as the main series? Or?
No, it's a different artist. Still Tom Taylor writing, but
Right.
there was actually 3 artists. It's 3 stories. It's like going to a fair, training young Bruce, and another one. Wait, hold on.
Gotcha. I believe you. I believe there's a third one.
Oh yeah. The first one's actually really cool. I just totally skipped over it. It was a Jimmy Olsen.
Oh,
This thing. He was He was a poor kid or not poor. He was an orphan, and he was adopted by Mr. White.
yo, Mr. White.
So Walter
He was
White
adopted by
adopts
the
him.
Joker.
No, Walter White.
Walter.
No, who do you think?
Perry White.
Yeah, Perry. Perry adopts him.
Walter
and-
Hartwell White.
For his birthday, they give him a telescope, and he loves watching the stars at night, and that's where he sees Superman. And Superman sees him, and they come down, and they get to be friends, and that's how they meet each other. It's through that. So it's a nice little story. Captain America is really good, and I can't believe you're not reading
Go
it.
on.
You-
Sell me on
you-
it right now.
You
Sell me on
are America. Like, why aren't you reading
it. I am America.
this? Yeah.
Why aren't
What?
you reading Alpha Flight? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I don't think I show this the first page, so I won't. It's the story in general is Captain America. He moves into his apartment that he grew up in as a kid before the war, and he moves in. He renovates it. He becomes friends with the neighbor, and she has a son who's like in grade 5 or 6, and he gets bullied a lot. So Cap like trains him to defend himself over the summer, and so he's like ready in case bullies come. And it's just like nothing really big is happening, but it's so good. And there's like the kid, he walks this kid to school, and he's just like, "You excited for your first day back after summer?" And he's like, "Yeah, can't wait to beat up these bullies." and Cap's like, "All right, listen to
I was teaching you defense, pal.
yeah." And the kid's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kick their asses." And he's just like, the training we've been doing, I know you want to show it off. And like, when I learned to fight, I punched every Nazi on the planet. Like, let's be fair. But you know what that did? Sure, it gave the bullies bloody noses or two, but it also taught them that I was capable of what I was capable of. I showed my strength, and they compensated. Soon enough, they got their strength together, and the next time they struck first, and it wasn't just me who suffered. It was everyone who didn't stop them. Everyone who didn't have the strength to stop them suffered. Violence isn't the tool. It's not the cool thing to show off. It's a cycle. The more you feed it, the hungrier it gets, and eventually it'll bite back. And it's just like this really good moment of him like teaching this kid how to kill people and then being like, "Don't do it though." So, it's
Well,
nice.
It's his with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. Essentially, yeah.
What issue is this on?
4.
Okay. What is the story like seem to be building to? Like, is it building
So
to?
yeah, so it's about Cap Shield actually. He doesn't know where it came from. So he found out he made new friends because he joined an art school because the Spider-Man told him that he should get back into
No wonder you
a
love
hobby.
this. He's just living your life.
I
He's in art
know,
school.
I know, and telling kids to kill people and then be like, "Well, hold up, don't
That's
say I
exactly what you
taught you."
do.
That's why I teach kids all the time that, but then when they're just like, "Hey, what do you do?" I'm just like, "Hey, we don't know each other. All right, you didn't learn from me. You learn from this cat book." Uh, yeah, he finds out like some guy like Google's like where the shield came from, and the answer's on Google, obviously, like who made the shield, and Cap's like, "You did that all from your phone?" And the guy's like, yeah, I know you don't have to tech that much, Cap, but yeah, everything's on just the internet nowadays. You could thank Tony Stark for that. And Cap just goes, "I won't," which I thought was funny. And yeah, it's him finding so this issue specifically, he's trying to find out where shield comes from, but he knows that someone's trying to kill him over it. Someone made with adamantium. And so this whole issue, he's going around and he's asking people, "What does the shield mean to you?" He goes to a bar, he asks people, he asks his art class. They all have completely different answers, but all like very different, but they're really good answers. Like, oh, it's just like a symbol. Oh, it means something. Oh, it's socialism. Oh, it's political. It's not political. It's a shield. It protects you. It attacks you. And at the end, he's going home and he goes to a dark alley and he says, "All right, well, you've been following me all day, and now I'm free in the open. You could have killed me in the art room. You could have killed me in the bar. You could have killed me when I was walking him to school, but you didn't because I know you don't want to hurt hostages. But now it's just me and you. So come out." And this like robotic adamantium thing comes out, and it tries to kill him doing this big fight scene. It has like stretchy arms, but it's scratching the shield too. And Cap even says like, I haven't heard the metal of the shield like whine over being scraped since I fought Logan for the first time." So that was a cool line. And the whole time he's like yelling at this robot, just like, "I know you don't want to kill people. You clearly have a mind in there. I don't think the way you're fighting right now, it doesn't seem like you're being controlled. It seems like you have a mind." And he does this big speech. I won't read it because it's pretty long. But at the end, he says like, he basically knocks the robot down, and he says like, "What do you choose to do? I'm going to figure out what's going on in this world. I'm going to stop the wrong things that are happening. There are people playing games. I'm going to flip the tables. What do you say?" And then it has these sword arms and it turns into hands and it shakes Cap's hand, which is pretty interesting. But it's this really good mystery story with a lot of characters in it, a lot of good relationships, a lot of like bad Cap runs in the past. It's just like going back to being like, he finds out that Peggy Carter's alive and she's like a spy, but he's like, if she wants to do that, like I'm not gonna control her. But Bucky's trying to stop her, and he tells Cap, and Cap just forgives him, and he get like a really good moment between the two where they're okay with each other. And Bucky tells him like, for years I thought I was alone in all this. There's something called the Star Points. The 5 assassins making sure history plays out the way that the government chooses, and I'm one of them. And Cap's like, "It's okay, like you're gonna be okay." And it's a good Captain America comic, and I think you should read it. 4 issues, it's not bad.
I mean, yeah, sure. When it's on Marvel Unlimited, I'll definitely check it out. Who's
Issue
the
1
writer on
probably.
this?
Issue 1 probably is on it. Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. So 2 people.
Yeah,
Carmen Carnero is on art for every issue so far. They talk about Devil's Reign, so it's like it's connected. It feels like really connected to the Marvel universe.
Right.
How Fisk disappeared, and I don't know. I really like it so far.
Listen, I remember really liking Ta-Nehisi Coates as Captain America for one arc. So
Like Winter in
We shall see.
America. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. But
I mean,
Uh,
listen, you read the United States of Captain America, right? That was pretty terrible.
he was awful.
Captain America's been on a bit of a bad streak, so
He
we'll
has
see.
been. He has been. But this has been a really good start. And I hear the other one.
Is this a Symbol of Truth or is this the other one?
This is Sentinel of Liberty. Symbol of Truth apparently is really good too.
Okay, Symbol of Truth has the first issue on Marvel Unlimited. I don't see this one on Marvel.
Okay, that's the Sam Wilson one. I hear that
Okay.
one's awesome as well. That one's about Samus traveling the world.
Right, yeah,
Mhm.
that the first issue of that one's on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
sure you'll catch up on that one at some point and be like,
I probably
yo,
will,
I should have
yeah.
been reading this.
I should have been, yeah. And Sentinel of Liberty is about just grounded in New York.
Right.
Like I know Sam's book, he's already teamed up with Black Panther and Deadpool. Well, this one's just like he's teamed up with Bucky and that's about it. But it's
Right.
more grounded, which is what I prefer in a Cap story. So that's
Right.
why I decided to pick this one up. But it's really good. Tune in next week as I convince JD to read Moon Knight.
Moon
As I catch up
Knight.
with that. Because I got almost all the issues. I'm missing 3.
Oh my god.
So
I mean,
I'm
that
gonna
one's
be
at
reading
least by
that.
Jet McKay. I know he's a pretty quality writer, so I'm
Yeah.
sure it's good. But
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's the comics. That's the show.
that's the show. So thank you for listening. Tune back next week. As Hunter said, we're gonna have a lot of the Disney
Yeah.
Disney Day. Disney.
It's Disney Plus Day. It's week. It's essentially they're announcing things every week. But Saturday is Star Wars and Marvel, specifically MCU. So Kevin Feige in front of a green screen saying Armor Wars.
And now Marvel's first family.
Yeah, essentially. So
And
that's
then
what we're
Hunter-
getting on Saturday.
And then Hunter's gonna hate the casting of Johnny Storm confirmed.
Oh, absolutely.
No matter who it is, they actually cast Hunter as Johnny.
They
Storm.
could do
He
like
hates
a perfect casting. I'll be like, doesn't look like how you did in the comic, and I'll pull up like one of the comics where the artist didn't draw him. Exactly. Yeah, sure.
You're gonna pull up Jack Kirby's original Johnny Storm, where he's just like a little tiny, kid.
Exactly. So like, I don't know.
Like,
Not
"Oh,
good
look at
enough.
this."
But yeah, we'll talk about that next week. And
Yeah. So thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a subscribe. Just kidding. You already did all that because you're a good fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Follow us everywhere else. And for Hero Story, I'm JD.
I'm Hunter, and thanks for being a hero.
And remember, every second is a gift. Goodbye.
What?